If you were waiting for the opportune moment, this is it. I don't know if Captain Jack is coming back, but I'm more than sure that we'll watch another part of our favorite franchise. Welcome back, pirates. Our boat will keep sailing, and this time on darker, deeper waters. Prepare because this adventure won't be like any other. Stay with me until the end, as I have some really interesting news to share with you. Now we're jumping in with a short recap. It might be due to nostalgia alone, but every piece of news related to the Pirates of the Caribbean is bound to interest movie lovers. Even if you've never watched the movies, I'm more than sure that you're aware of the lead character. Everybody knows the swashbuckling Captain Jack Sparrow. Pirates of the Caribbean grew into a much-loved and popular franchise with fans across the world, even though it started merely as an adaptation of a theme park ride carrying the same name. The first movie was released back in 2003, and the sequels were followed in 2006, 2007, 2011, and 2017. But let's spend a few moments talking about the previous movie, Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Men Tell No Tales. With a tune of a 31% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, review exaggeration, aggregation, critics have weighed in on this movie. Based on the popular Disney theme park excursion, the fifth installment in the blockbuster franchise once again features Johnny Depp as Captain, the perma-drunk swashbuckler Jack Sparrow. Despite the fact that the early review suggested this new Pirates film is a tad better than On Stranger Tides, 2011's fourth outing, the previous movie has a higher score on the review aggregation. If only half that gorgeously detailed attention had gone toward the script, instead, what we get is the usual mash of swashbuckling nonsense and soggy mythology. There will be romance and revelations, and some silly gold-plated cameos. Hello there, Sir Paul McCartney. And whoops, goodbye. Wrote Leah Greenblatt in Entertainment Weekly. And it's kind of right, you know. It had that sinking feeling of blockbuster overkill in the form of frantic action set pieces, CGI spectacle, distracting 3D gimmickry, and the debasement of such top-tier talents as Ian McShane, Penélope Cruz, Bill Nye, and now Javier Bardem. Based on a brand-name theme park attraction, this is the most successful series of films. However, given that neither 2015's Tomorrowland nor the 2002's The Country Bears were shown worthy of sequels by the House of Mouse, but what was innovative, clever, and amusing in 2003's original, The Curse of the Black Pearl, is those pirates struck by moonlight exposed as skeletons. Now it feels like been there, plundered that. The screenwriter Geoffrey D. Nathanson, as well as the Norwegian directing team Espen Sandberg and Joachim Rønning, appear to be addicted to chaos. With no fewer than 6 schooners vying for the spotlight, they even crowd the IMAX-imized screen, which leads to an excess of captains too. To be honest, we all expected that Santa Maria, the Pinta, and the Nina would make cameos. You might also ask, what else was new? 2 younger and fresh faces have been brought on board: Henry, the grown son of Will Turner, and Elizabeth Swann. Yes, the boy band bland Australian actor Brenton Thwaites. He eventually pairs up with an orphan self-taught astronomer, Carina Smyth, whose smarts get her pegged as a witch. In Seeking Poseidon's Trident, they hit that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. No, really, in Seeking Poseidon's Trident, they partner with Sparrow. Okay, I'll stop talking about the previous movie here and focus on the most important question: what's coming next? Let's talk about the potential release date and the cast list. There's no official release date as of yet, but we might expect to watch the Pirates at the end of 2023. Taking in mind that the producers, screenwriters, and some of the cast members are confirmed, this is the earliest we can get a movie like this. This movie was first announced in 2018, but obviously we ran into a lot of obstacles: the Amber Heard defamation trial, the COVID-19 pandemic, and Depp's resistance to playing Jack Sparrow. In the middle of this Johnny Depp saga, whether he's coming back or not, we heard some amazing news. Ted Elliott, the original Pirates of the Caribbean scribe, is coming back to be a screenwriter. The much-delayed franchise installment will most definitely feel like a classic Pirates of the Caribbean movie, I can tell you that, and the screenwriter could guarantee that. Jerry Bruckheimer, the legendary blockbuster producer, confirmed in his most recent interview that the sequel is happening. The absence of Depp's Jack Sparrow might make us feel like this movie won't be able to recapture the feeling of the earlier movies, but I'm sure Elliott will bring his great command of the characters. His pedigree might dispel that notion. Not just the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, his name was written on some of the biggest blockbusters of the 90s and 2000s.
The men on that ship are looking for Jack, so I'm going to swim for it.
Carina, stop that.
Now, about the cast, Depp's return has been a burning question for many. with some refusing to see a movie without their adored character and others vehemently opposing the return of Depp. Fan opinion has been divided. He had a lot of personal and legal issues lately, we're all aware of that, so his career and reputation are more fragile now. Talking about Depp's return, production chief Sean Bailey said, "We want to bring a new energy and vitality. I love the Pirates movies, but part of the reason Paul and Red are so interesting is that we want to give it a kick in the pants, and that's what I've tasked them with." Meanwhile, Entertainment Weekly reported that Disney has already cut ties with Depp. "There was a deep and distinct sense of feeling betrayed by the people that I've worked hard for, people that I delivered a character to that they initially despised, but I stuck to my guns with the character and it seemed to work," said the actor in his most recent interview related to this topic. The other cast members haven't been confirmed as well. Anyway, we could hear from Kaya Scodelario that she's contractually bound to appear in the sequel. It's even possible that the plot will follow her story. There are some rumors that Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom might smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. No, really, in all seriousness now, it's possible that Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom will return as well. In looking to include more female leads, the producer Jerry Bruckheimer said that he already had talks with Margot Robbie. The studio was writing 2 scripts anyway, one without and one with Robbie. If the story ever needed to follow an eccentric pirate, she could never replace Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow, but who better to become that brash buccaneer than her? Now the most important thing here, what will be the main focus in the 6th installment? Well, the plot is being kept under wraps, but the rumors are spreading so fast. Disney seems to be creating a female-led Pirates movie based on rumors of the cast. Fans went back to the source to look for a possible story in search of a plot with this tidbit of information as a clue. This movie might follow Red's story, but considering how little evidence we have to go on, the chances of this narrative taking hold are debatable. It's very possible that this movie could follow a reboot route similar to Ocean's 8 or Ghostbusters. But if it decided to continue the sequel storyline, the franchise would also face unique difficulties. In the last movie, we saw a post-credit scene with Davy Jones. So Will might believe that Jones appears to him in a nightmare, but fans have a different opinion. Fans think that Jones was actually in the room. Anyway, whatever the plot may be, I really hope that we'll watch this movie at least in 2023. Until we get something official, we have enough material to tie up with. So grab a cup of tea, get a cozy blanket, and let's run this Pirates of the Caribbean marathon. And what do you think? What are your theories about the plot in the 6th installment? Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.